If you didn't know what soul contracts are, keep watching. My name is June, and today I'm gonna do a reading on Connor Angus Cloud. I got his soul contract here. A little explanation about a soul contract. So you are born on earth with your birth name. Your birth name creates your reality because your birth name is tied to your soul contract. So with the letters, we connect them to numbers. We do this by Hebrew alphabet, the language of God, which can shows us what karma you brought in this life, the talent you brought in this life, ultimately your soul's purpose. So let's get started. So there's two triangles, physical and spiritual. The physical is more prominent in the younger years and it resembles the physical world, like the reality. And the spiritual resembles the spiritual realm, and most people will get a spiritual awakening when they're older, like 35 to 42, but of course it can also happen earlier on. Let's start with the 5-5 in physical karma. This is a very intuitive and ethereal frequency. They are super sensitive and literally feel everything. They can tap into collective energy, collective consciousness. So really they can read the room within seconds. With this frequency being a physical karma, it can resemble that in a past life, in past lives, he struggled with fitting in and he wasn't really fitting in. So think of like just living out of the box, don't live like normal society norm. Also because this placement of the frequency can also struggle with feeling very ungrounded and spacing out a lot, like being really deep in your own mind. Fives most likely had a very hard time expressing themselves in their younger years because this is a very empathic frequency. This frequency is all about speaking their truth, so people with fives need to speak their truth. Let's go to physical talents. The 4-4 is a money frequency, a great wealth building frequency, great business mindset. Because it's in his talents, it just means he was great at business and really knew how to make money, which is obvious. This can come with an abandonment wound in younger years. Learn how to trust and especially trust themselves. So on the flip side, Force could be in scarcity mindset, but obviously Angus seemed that he really worked on that and it's in his talent. So in a karma position, scarcity mindset would be stronger. 5-5 in physical goals. With this frequency being in that position, it really means that need to develop how to use their great abilities of their intuition. Since 5-5s are very intuitive, very sensitive, sometimes struggle how to use them. So their goal is really to use it and adapt it in their great ability to teach others. Have a teacher role, a mentor, spiritual guide, you name it. Since fives are so sensitive, it is really important to ground themselves and to just keep cleansing them and cleanse their space. 22 in spiritual karma. This frequency is all about movement. It's really an exploring frequency. These people love to travel. They're always on the go. They work on multiple projects. With it being in this position, it can definitely mean his upbringing was more on the rigid side, very religious, like Irish Catholic is prominent with this position. The symbol of this frequency is very up and down, so this frequency could come with mood swings, and also their life is kind of up and down, but there's always movement. The lesson is really to be accepting to change and to build their resiliency and step in their power. 8 in spiritual talents. So the 8s are very sensitive people. 8s can really see the dark to light, so they can see both sides, and that's why they have a certain level of intelligence. They can really relate to people, and people like to come to them and talk to them because they're really like neutral. Because it's dark to light, it can also mean they struggle with mental health. They usually been through a lot and saw the dark side, and they really have to make sure they don't flip back to the dark side because it's easy for them to flip back and forth. 8s love animals, nature. This is very healing to them. They're usually the ones that volunteer first to go to Earth. They don't come here a lot. So when they do, they're realizing like, whoa, it's not nice here. No one is really nice. I kind of don't feel happy. I kind of don't feel at home here. Like they start having this homesick feeling, which they can't place because obviously we forget where we came from. So yes, eights really need to work consistently on their grounding and peace of mind. With this in that position, it just means that you can adapt to almost anything and any situation like a chameleon, and really able to relate to people, and people really feel comfortable around them. So that the talent is really to bring the spiritual aspect in society and to bring it out. 6 spiritual goals. Sixes is all about creativity. Really need to keep using their creative sides, or otherwise they just don't feel happy. With this being in a position, it really means like they have that extra push from their soul to just keep creating, and it just works out for them. So everything they do is creative. I do want to say the downside with sixes could be possible struggle with substance abuse or people around them. Sixes usually have so many ideas at once, they work on so many projects at once, can almost be like ADHD energy, but this is just their frequency. They're just meant to keep creating, like they can't sit still. Last but not least, the 12th tree in soul destiny. So this is on love frequency also, and it's really excessive energy. These people are always doing things, and sometimes they do it in excess. I do want to say with this in his soul destiny, it means that he is near the end of the incarnation cycle. So incarnations go by cycles. It doesn't necessarily mean like one cycle is one life. No, sometimes we need multiple lives to work on a certain thing. So he's almost on the end of his incarnation cycle. Because it's near the end of the incarnation cycle, it really like they're in a rush. Like they want to finish things, right? They want to do as much as possible because they're almost near the end. So that can result in them always being in a hurry, always doing too much, and on the outside world just being like, whoa, you're doing so much. Like really burnout frequency. But that is because of this reason. You know, they're in a rush because it's almost near the end. One goal really is to come in enlightenment with all souls, truth, and existence. Really having an incentive to blend with the soul. So it is a very spiritual frequency having this in soul destiny. I do want to note for these people, it's very important again to ground and find balance. Overall, this truly was a beautiful chart. I just want to say he seemed to be a very spiritual and sensitive soul, a beautiful soul, very talented. It was truly an honor to do the soul contract of Connor Angus Cloud. Unfortunately, we lost him so young, and may his beautiful soul rest in peace. Thank you guys for watching.